More than 200 million years ago, during the late Triassic period, the first vertebrates who could fly emerged are called as Pterosaurs. They were reptiles, close cousins of dinosaurs. Modern birds evolved from the theropod dinosaurs lived in around 160 million years ago. Their big, lightweight, feathered and winged body assembled together gradually over millions of years of evolution and changed into the birds that live at present. Their beak, head, wings and the other body parts have assembled together, creating a streamline shaped body to drag air to fly forward. The feathers on wings are flexible, so feathers move and separate as air moves through them, reducing the drag on the wings. Flight feathers are asymmetrical, which affect the airflow over them and provide lifting and thrusting force required for flight. Counter feathers found on the body help reduce the drag produced by wind during the flight. They create a smooth aerodynamic surface so that air moves smoothly over the bird's body, allowing efficient flight. Flapping of the entire wing occurs primarily through the actions of chest muscles. These muscles are highly developed in birds and accounted for a higher percentage of body mass. Their legs covered with corals, the other parts of body covered with feathers, and they mainly help to keep the body temperature and help for flight. When we consider the bone structure, it needs to be able to light enough for flight and also strong enough to take the strain from flying. To tackle these problems, birds' bone structure have some unique adaptations. Birds' skeletons are surprisingly light for their size due to having hollow bones. Some bones are very small or have disappeared altogether. For example, in tail. Birds' main limb bones are hollow with special struts inside to strengthen them. This makes them stronger than mammals without being heavier.
Birds also have lightweight beaks instead of heavy teeth and jawbones. Bird beaks appear well adapted to avoid aerodynamic drag. Most beaks are relatively cone-shaped with a small initial surface area relative to the direction of oncoming flow, thus reducing immediate profile drag. While the primary purpose of the beak is feeding, they also serve other purposes like heat exchange for cooling, communication in the form of bill flapping, and mating displays. Also, beaks are often used as their primary line of defense. Based on the shapes and feeding methods, beaks are classified into broad categories. Ears of birds shows considerable uniformity in general structure. The outer ear consists of a short external passage or meters ordinarily hidden under the feathers at the side of the head. About 70% of bat species use echolocation. The bat emits sound waves from its nose or mouth, and when the sound waves hit an object, an echo is produced. This echo is reflected back to the bat's ears. The bat can then interpret the echoes to determine the size, location, and shape of the object by constantly sending out these sound waves. The sound that bats make for echolocation are usually ultrasonic. Moreover, it is well established that many owls locate and catch their prey by auditory cues. Vision is the most important sensory system for birds, and it is more highly developed in birds than many other vertebrates including humans. Birds' eyes are huge in relation to the size of their head, so they have large eye sockets making them generally immobile. The eyes of many birds are located on the side of the head, providing great peripheral vision in excess of 340 degrees but very limited visual overlap in front. That's why birds always turn their head on one side to another. Birds close their eyes for sleeping by raising the lower lids, but usually unseen. The avian eye is uniquely adapted for low light, a wide visual field.
The avian heart is four-chambered, and it is located in the cranial portion of the thoracoabdominal cavity with its long axis slightly to the right. The relative size of the heart in birds is inversely related to the species' body mass. This suggests that the largest pieces of body have reduced heart mass in comparison to the smaller ones, which have proportionally larger hearts. Hummingbirds have proportionally larger hearts for their size, most likely as consequence of high aerobic demands of hovering flight. When birds fly at even higher altitudes, the reduction of oxygen results in compensatory increase in ventilation. Therefore, the arterial blood becomes alcoholic or the pH of blood rises and carbon dioxide level decreases. But the perfusion of tissues with blood increases. The bird respiratory system consists of faired lungs, which contain a static structure which surface for gas exchange and contact air sacs with expand and contract, causing air to move through the static lungs. The pattern of the airflow through the respiratory system creates unidirectional flow of fresh air over the gas exchange surface in the lungs. That is unique rather than in and out as in other vertebrates. Most birds inhale air through the nostril and nares at the base of bill. In the respiratory process of avian maximus contract fresh air with the respiratory surfaces of the lung.
In excretory system, mammals convert ammonia to a substance called urea. Urea is toxic only very high concentration and can be dissolved in water. This method of removal nitrogen waste does not work for birds because avian adaptation for light involved, making the body as light as possible. If birds produced urea, they would have to carry around the unacceptably heavy load of water to flush urea from their bodies. Instead, birds convert ammonia waste to a compound called uric acid. It takes more energy to convert ammonia to uric acid than to urea. However, this process is worth for birds because uric acid is non-toxic and also does not dissolve in water. Birds therefore get rid of their nitrogen waste by using only enough water to flush the waste like uric acid down through the excretory system. The white center of bird guano is uric acid. Most birds are hermothermic. Normally they maintain their body temperature within range of less than 1 degree Celsius by active metabolic means. However, some small birds are heterothermic. In that case, they allow their body temperature to drop by as much as 10 degrees Celsius in bird save cooling, induce shivering in particular muscles and cases, cardiovascular and metabolic changes. Birds' brain proportionally much larger than those of reptiles and comparable with rodents. Cerebral hemispheres enormous for complex behavioral patterns such as navigation, mating and nest building. Cerebellum is well developed and convoluted for muscular activity and balance. Olfactory lobes are greatly reduced but optic lobes are excessively enlarged. Birds have some approach to motherhood. All birds lay hard-shelled eggs. Bird doesn't give birth to their nesting because they can't fly with weight of their babies inside of them. Birds quickly form and lay an egg covered the protective shell that is then incubated outside of the body. The large size of egg makes it difficult for female birds to retain more than a single one egg at a time. Carrying egg would make fly harder and require more energy. Bird eggs vary in size from the tiny 0.2 grams eggs of a hummingbird to enormous 1 to 2 kilograms eggs of ostrich.
Birds use three types of flights. They are gliding flight, flapping flight and bounding flights. When birds fly in flocks, they often arrange themselves in specific shape or formation. Such formation which can take the form of V shape. This allows them to use surrounding air in the most energy efficient way. And it helps to increase the distance bird can fly without rest, which is particularly crucial during long migrations. Not only birds but also bats and some lizard species have adaptation to live in air. The lizard called Dracovolans has ability to glide using wing-like lateral extension of skin called patagia. However, all these adaptations help these animals to survive in air and to confirm their existence in the world. Thank you.